Hey everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Melissa Peshka with Essential Life Mastery Coaching and Healing. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I came across in a podcast, and it's called Perfectly Hidden Depression. Dr. Margaret Rutherford wrote a book on this, and she pretty much coined the term to describe a syndrome or characteristics of people with this depression. It really struck a chord with me because there's a lot of people that I know that would definitely fall into this character. She calls it PhD. Um, she coined it, like I said, to determine characteristics and behaviors that enable someone to hide or detach from their emotional pain. Yes, I made notes, sorry. I wanted to do her justice and get it all right. They have pain, however, they choose consciously or unconsciously to bury it under perfection. Some of the way their lives look is they seem normal on the outside, like nothing's wrong. You would never suspect anything that is going on with them. However, they have chosen to ignore their memories and their emotional pain associated with past traumas. Some characteristics of them are they laugh at their fatigue. They wear a mask of happiness every day, pretending like there's nothing wrong. They make sure everything is perfect. They are perfectionists. Okay, they get the job done. They're the ones that you go to, and they always do what they have to do. They rarely cry. They hardly ever cry. Even when most normal people would think that's a time to shed a tear, they don't. And they sometimes even will laugh at that. Laughter will come up in the most inappropriate, as we would think, times. And that's just, it's a little unnerving to think, why would you be laughing at something this serious or whatever? But that's how they deal with it. They fear of being vulnerable. And they very rarely reveal things about themselves. All the while they're suffering in silence, which could lead them to hurting themselves. They sit in fear of being judged and seeming weak. Um, this to me is astounding. And there's so many people that I know that they could fall into this category, and I'm so happy that I stumbled upon this because I'm sure there are so many people out there that are suffering in silence because of the lack of knowledge of where to go for help, the fear of being vulnerable. Being vulnerable is so difficult, yet that's what people want. People want you to be vulnerable, and because that opens up your heart. Um, you've had trauma, okay, and you don't want to deal with the emotions behind it, so you put it neatly away in your subconscious, thinking all the while that it's just going to stay there. However, it does follow you. It does come back up. It will appear in intimate relationships. And I'm not just talking sexual relationships, I'm talking husband, wife, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, any of those. You're not able to fully open yourself to be that vulnerable and that close in that relationship. It could affect your work, being over perfectionist, or just whatever, just not allowing yourself to be that open. Your kids, your health. And speaking of kids, I could probably venture a guess that there's a lot of kids, especially teenagers, who are suffering with this because with the peer pressure that they feel, the pressure from that they put on themselves to perform, the pressure from their parents, the expectations out of them. We all are living in such a weird, unusual world right now, and these kids, these teenagers, are remote learning. They're not having their activities. They're not doing their proms. They're not doing the normal things that we might have all experienced when we were in high school. So for the sake of saying that kids are probably suffering with this PhD is probably a huge understatement. they they might be hiding a lot. You may think, my child's fine. They're laughing, they're this, they're fine, they're talking with their friends, they're doing their schoolwork, they're doing things that they normally would do. However, inside there's a huge volcano brewing. Don't dismiss good grades and good behavior, that there's nothing wrong, because there could be something hiding underneath there that they don't know who to talk to, they don't know how to talk, they don't even understand how to process what they're feeling. So they shove it down, they bury it deep, and figure it'll go away. However, those are the kids that can't comprehend and can't process these things and would end up hurting themselves. And nobody wants to go to that route. So please, parents, pay attention. Guardians, pay attention to your teens, to your children. Um, I will I will put the link to Dr. Rutherford's website on at the bottom of this. There is a test, like a questionnaire you could take, that will help you to determine if you are suffering with this, or have somebody you love say, this might be something that you might want to look into, because I'm seeing some signs, some characteristics that you're showing, and get the help that you need. There is so much help out there that it's it's always out there, and it's always there for the taking. You just have to be willing to be opened up and vulnerable and get the help you need. I encourage you to please reach out if any of this strikes a chord with you, or please share it far and wide. Like I said, she's phenomenal. I listened to a bunch of podcasts that she did. She even has a podcast herself, and it's just amazing. Some of the work she's done and how she's helped people. So just know, everybody out there, that there is help for getting through your feelings, your grief, your trauma. There is a way to get help. Everyone, I wish you a blessed day. And again, feel free to please reach out with any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, take care.